What type of editing do you need? Your editing is based upon your manuscript's needs, where you are in the writing process, and what you desire from your editor. There are 3 stages of editing. There's structural editing, line editing, and copy editing. Once you've completed formatting, you can then proceed with professional proofreading. If you'd like to read more, download our ebook and we'll cover this more in depth. To quickly cover the 3 levels of editing, you have structural content editing. It's for fiction, nonfiction, and research writers. For structural editing, it's the most in-depth, high-level type of editing. It's also known as content, developmental, or substantive editing, and it's going to look at various things. As a fiction writer, it's going to look at your story arc, word count, plot, settings, and many other things to make sure that it's consistent in clarity. We use the 38 story elements, and we review every single one of your scenes to make sure you're creating a strong story. We also compare this to the ideal story arc format to make sure that you are achieving all of the desired methods in a successful book writing. Once you've finished with the structure of your manuscript and it exists, you can contact a professional story coach. These are our professional editors here at First Editing, and we have licensed software that we use, and we use a 38-point checklist of the story elements to make sure that your story is strong, scene by scene. All of our editors also give additional feedback. They have publishing insight and experience, and they'll share that with you as they have with their other successful authors. Structural editing for nonfiction, it makes sure that your audience is engaged and that we're addressing all of their needs. We're always going to write towards your goal, and we're going to make sure that we have effective call to actions within the manuscript. We want to make sure that you back all of your statements with proof or examples, and of course, some memorable stories to engage your audience. Once you've completed your manuscript as a nonfiction editor, contact us for a book coach to receive this high level of editing. Substantive content editing for research includes editing your manuscript for clarity. Most of our writers are not original English speakers. Therefore, it's important that we follow the English guidelines, keep your sentences short and simple, removing any unnecessary adjective and adverbs, limit the paragraph lengths, and of course, focus on one idea and ensure that you support all of your statements throughout. When we do this, we're going to remove dependent clauses and keep it clear and simple. We always want to make sure that you are speaking as an authority, and we're going to limit anything that you may be seen as an inexperienced opinion. It's vital that you do this. At First Editing, we have PhD editors available that'll assist you in getting your submission approved for that final review. If your manuscript is complete, contact us for a high-level structural edit, and we'll get started with you today. The second level of editing is line editing. Line editors make sure that you have a professional level of readability and that your manuscript shines, that everything's consistent and coherent, and that you're working towards a professional submission. Line editors remove overused, redundant, extraneous words, unnatural phrasing, or inappropriate transitions. They're going to give you advice and make sure that all of your inline corrections maintain your voice, but that they adhere to all of the grammar, spelling, and punctuation rules. Line editing is conducted during the revision stage. So of course, we encourage you to do self-editing independently. However, line editors have professional training, technical skills, and publishing experience in your specific genre and subject matter. Contact a line editor. They'll tell you exactly if you need line editing, content editing, or copy editing, so that you can be sure you're getting everything you need during the editing process. Copy editing is the final level of editing prior to formatting. It's the minimal review of your grammar, spelling, and punctuation, and just making sure that everything reads correctly from one sentence to the next. It finds the mistakes, corrects them, and makes sure that your grammar is appropriate. It also makes sure that you have consistency and conformity throughout your entire manuscript. If you think you're ready for copy editing, contact us today for a free editing sample, and we'll confirm that and get started with you. Professional proofreading is the 4th and final stage. Professional proofreading happens after format editing and before the edited book is sent to the printer. It's the final review, not only of the layout, but of your grammar, spelling, punctuation. It should be conducted separately from your copy editing by a separate and different person. That ensures that if anything was overlooked, it's caught on the final review. A proofreader is going to ensure your book has proper formatting and that it's error-free and presentable. They are methodical and meticulous. You can do some proofreading throughout the entire editing process. However, I always recommend finishing your document with a final professional proofread If you think you're ready for a professional proofread, contact us today. Send us your manuscript. We'll give you a professional feedback and a free sample of the editing process so that you know exactly what you need. So, do you need a copy editor, line editor, or content editor? If you don't know, contact us today. We'll be glad to assist you. The best editors have professional training, extensive experience, and of course, all of our editors here are certified. We're going to look at their professional work, always ask for some examples, and of course, by getting a free sample, you can try before you buy. We have references available, and we're going to confirm what level of editing you want before we start, and we're also going to tell you exactly what you need. That means we're not going to provide you anything less than that. It's important that you achieve your goal and that we do our job properly. We're going to determine your editing price up front, and we're going to set a timeline for delivery. Lastly, it's always important that you know exactly what happens if you find errors or have questions about the editing that's been provided. That's why we provide a satisfaction guarantee here at First Editing. Find out what editing you need today and get the correct level of editing. Send in for your free editing sample, and we'll get right back with you within 24 hours.